All right, in this video, we will show you how to use the character sheet on Roll20. So first off, a quick trick to open your character sheet. It's either in the journal, top right corner, the little journal here. You find your character, then you can open it. Let's say, for example, this one. You have access to character sheet. Something even faster, if you have a token on the map that's assigned to you, you can press the Alt button, then double click on your character sheet. It's gonna open. That's an easy way to open character sheet. Also, if you want to look at the map, you don't have to always close the character sheet, then go back to journal, find back your character, or go back on the map, find it. An easier way to minimize your character sheet is just to double click on top. All right, you see it's here, ready to open, so I can look at the map, see what is happening, and then the DM asks me to roll. I just double click here, and I'm ready to roll. Right. So I'll use this character sheet here. All right. So you have three top tabs: character sheet, bio and info, and attributes. That you will not need very much. That you will see if you entered image or information you buy, you will see it here, but mainly you'll stay on character sheet. To change the bio, you could go and edit, add an image here. For example, I could add a token. I now have an image that should show up here. Right. Also, that's for the image, but for the information, you have four tabs that we'll use mainly. So the core, where you do your rolls and you keep your inventory, you see your feats and stuff like that. The bio, where you can write your stuff about your allies, about you, about your backstory, treasure, so additional notes. And here are your spells, right, with your spellcasting ability, spell save DC, spell attack bonus. And the settings. Sometimes I use it, for example, to activate auto roll damage and crit, or some other stuff if you want to show some options. But for now, don't worry about that. Let's see what core has to offer. So first off, we have our abilities here. So you can, if you are asked to roll a straight strength check, for example, just click on the word strength, and in the chat you will see that you roll. So we always roll with advantage. So we use the left number for regular rolls, the highest number for advantage, 19 in this case, and the lowest number with disadvantage. So if the DM says, all right, roll with disadvantage, you will use the 3. If he said that was with advantage, I would have used the 19. And regular, I used the 3, so I fail. All right, so that's how you can roll. Just click on it. So those are ability check. If it's a saving throw that you need to do, here you can find them. So for example, if there's a monster that casted a fireball on you, and you have to roll dexterity saving throw, you click on the word dexterity. So I just got an 11, right? Or a wisdom saving throw, 12. Right below that, the skills, right? You are in a dungeon, you find some odd urn or maybe a strange box, and you want to investigate it. You ask the DM and he says, all right, roll for investigation. You just click on the word investigation, and you see here 15. And if he says, all right, you know what, there's some strange moss on the wall, there's an odor to it, it's very odd, but you might have seen this before. Can you roll nature? And because of your background, you can roll nature with advantage. All right, you just click on nature and use the highest number. So in this case, it's a 4. Here is the passive wisdom, passive perception listed. you might need to get the information to put in your names. Sometimes if the DM asks you to put the information available. Those are your proficiencies. For example, for a rogue, you might be proficient with Thieves tool. So in that case, you would see the option here, Thieves tool. So you can click and ask the DM, oh, which attribute? DM will probably say, oh, you can use dexterity for that. So I use submit, and I rolled a 4. All right, let's do it again with dexterity. Submit, I rolled a 12. Right, those are your other proficiency in language. We don't roll much from here, but it's good to know if the DM asks you, well, can you use heavy armor? Yes, I can. Which language are you speaking? So you have a list here. All right, then go back, middle column. Your armor class is here. Here, initiative, very important. That's where you're gonna roll initiative. But don't forget to click on your token first. If you don't click your token, it will not count. It's like if the dice would fall on the ground, it doesn't count. So when turn order is activated, the DM asks you to roll for initiative. You click on your token, then you don't click anywhere else except your character sheet. All right, you see it's still selected, and then initiative. It will appear in the turn order. You can see your speed there, your hit points. Your hit points will be linked to your token. So if I don't have a token for him yet, but if I would put that, oh, there it is. So if so, usually it will be linked with the green bar, like so. So if you lower your HP here, everybody will see it on your token. But you can go directly on your token and do minus 14, for example, enter, and you can see it's updated here and on your character sheet at once, at the same time. Hit dice. After a short rest, you can roll your hit dice and then forget to lower them. That save, you can just mark here and roll from here. It saves. Right here, very important here. It is your weapons and such. So you can click on your mace, for example. So I will have a 6 to hit, 6 bludgeoning damage. 11 to hit, 3. I don't have very good roll. All right, that's a good one. So 20 to hit, I will hit. So the DM will see that I did 3 piercing damage and subtract that on his monster. So everything is automatic. For some spells, you'll have to roll from here. For example, inflict wound, and then select which level 1. All right, crit for nice damage, 22. Some spells, it depends which spells or the source, but usually I can also cast from here. But sometimes it doesn't work, and you have to come back to core and roll the damage from the weapons here. All right, but you also have them here. We'll come back. Let's finish core first. Your gold piece and money. Here is your items with the weight. It's calculated here. Your DM might use the encumbrance rule. It's different for each DM. So if I give up my torch, I can just click here, and it's like I don't have the torch on me anymore. But this should be updating. Not sure why it doesn't. All right, that's a bug. Usually it should be linked. Let me just quickly double check if. Haha, here. Ignore non-equipped item weight. All right, so that should be set up properly usually. All right, so you see here it updates the weight. If you want to add an item, for example, you find a magical weapon or a potion of healing or something like that, you add space. You could just, if it's something that we cannot find in the compendium, flower. You can just put it manually. But if it's in the compendium, all right, you find a short sword +1. So you can click and drag it over a character sheet. All right, it will add it to your inventory with the weight, but also it will activate it here so you can use it already. All right. So most magical items will be available with our compendium sharing. And bag of trick. There you go, you have it. All right. If you want to see the details, you can click here, but you should not need to do that much. And if you want to see the item, in this case, it does not add it anywhere. So you have to come back in the compendium to see what it does. So a time bag will allow you to invoke, to conjure animals that will appear on the map. All right. Then you have your characteristics here. Oh, before I forget, sometimes there are global attack modifier. For example, a thief can have a sneak attack. So you could create a sneak attack. If I check mark this and I do an attack, there will be what? Oh, that's to touch, sorry. So that's attack modifier. So for example, my cleric has a +10 once per day that it can use. So in that case, I would get my +10 to hit. +10 here it is. Right. So those are touch bonus. To activate more options, so usually this will be activated. All right. All right. So there are bonuses that you could add to those saving throw. Make sure that they are not check mark. And all right, here I can add my sneak attack. I think with rogue it will be there automatically. You will not have to do this. All right. So now, if I use this damage modifier on my mace, you will see here that I added my sneak attack. All right, so you can create different things if it's not automatically added, which it should be most of the time, like it was for the guided threat. All right, here are some things. You can count your bolts, your channel, keep track of your channel divinity, harness divine power, and you have access to all your feats and stuff like that here. So you just click on them to see what it is and read. And before you use something, if for example you use your telepathic, show us in the chat. Click on the little bubble to show us here what it is every time you use it. So the DM will be able to read it and the other players will understand what is happening, and we will be able to help you with it, and we will be able to see, oh, is it a bonus action? Is it an action? It's always nice to show what you do. It's easier for everyone to understand and make everything quicker. All right. So the other important part is the spell tab. So here are your spells. You can put 3, 4. So every time you cast a spell, you can lower it and keep track of your remaining spell slots. So usually, just when you cast a spell, just click on them, and we will see what's going on. I think we can uppercast that. Yeah, you can uppercast. So it will show the description. All right, for damage spells, I can myself click on show spell description, so that's fine, and it will roll for you. Sometimes, if you just want to show us, not cast, you can click on the little bubble for description only. We'll see about, oh, I want to cast bless, but how does it work? I don't remember how it show us. Then we can read. Also, if you want to just read for yourself, click on the little eye. I don't click on the gear, that will mess things up. So just click on the eye. So when it's not your turn, you can read what it does, what you need, and stuff like that. So those are the spells, core, and bio. That's pretty much what you need to know to use the character sheet. I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much.